Every entrepreneur has one. The moment you decide to start your own business, your story begins. And if you're like most business owners, your plan and your reality can end up being miles apart. Welcome to PTC TV and our series entitled The Journey. Each week, we will be talking to business owners about their business journey. Our hope is that by sharing these stories, others may find understanding, inspiration, and the will to succeed. So let me ask you, what's your story? Welcome to The Journey, brought to you by Pull the Shoot. I am your host, Jeff Cecil, and today we are excited because we're here with the owner of ProformaPSP, Marc Lochow. Marc, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. So, Marc, we're excited to learn about ProformaPSP and what you do, and it's this whole piece that we're doing about the journeys and getting to hear your story. But before we jump into that, do me a favor and just tell us a little bit about your background. How did you get to where you're at today?
My parents actually bought a printing company back in 1971 and basically grew up in the printing industry. And then my wife and I bought the company from my parents 19 years ago.
Oh, wow. So that's cool. So you're a second generation printer in a sense?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so has that been and where was that at? Actually, let's go back to there.
We are from the Chicagoland area, so we had a brick and mortar location in Blue Island, Illinois for over 40 years.
Wow.
Yes.
And then you kind of bought into the whole virtual side of things. Is that what
Yes. The economy wasn't too kind to anyone, and had to lay people off, and found out that it actually worked out better for my clients if I brokered work out. I could get them better pricing and usually better turnaround time on things as well. So it's worked out better for everyone in the long run on it.
That's great. And so did you do the majority of the printing yourself, or did you have someone that helped you, or a combination?
We had a staff that ran all of the different pieces of equipment and took care of production for me at the time. When things took a downturn, I learned how to run every single piece of equipment that we actually owned. And then just with the way things ran, I just took a different route and decided to go work from home virtual kind of on it. And it works better for my clients that way too.
That's great. Awesome. Love it. So what kind of things do you offer small to medium-sized businesses? I'm sure you do large businesses as well. But what are things that you actually do for them?
We do everything from your staple items for printed materials, from business cards through brochures. We do a lot of direct mailing for clients as well, whether it be postcards or invitations. That information, we can also procure mailing lists for our clients too, off of specific demographics that they're trying to reach out to. Then we got into wide format printing, so we do a lot of signage, banners.
Okay.
And then also trade show displays for clients as well. And then to carry on from the trade show displays, we can also offer them promotional items to go along with for marketing their company, whether it be a tumbler or pens or whatever you can imagine. Oh. And then we also got into decorated apparel as well.
Okay, that's great. So how do you compare to the online, Vistaprints of the world? What makes you different?
I am someone that you can actually talk to.
Okay, that's good to know.
And I offer suggestions on the best way to make sure that your logo, your branding is consistent throughout. No matter what you're putting your logo on, I make sure it looks the same across the board. A big mistake a lot of people make is they order business cards and they use such a small font size that you can't even read what's on the card. And when you're looking at it on a computer screen, you have no idea what the size is. We double check all that to make sure that it is correct. We offer minimum point sizes for doing things like that and offer suggestions on things. Another thing is, throughout a company, sometimes we'll get a different member of the company calling us and saying, I want to change it and I want to do this. And well, that doesn't match your branding guidelines. And so we make sure that we keep things the same across the board so that your company is represented by all employees the same.
I love that. And I'm a big advocate of branding and branding guidelines. I mean, they're just key. Your logo has to look the same. Your fonts have to always be the same. I think that's so huge. And I get that. Like if you go to Vistaprint, you're the one, if I'm the business owner, I'm the one controlling it. So if I change it, then I'm not consistent, where you're making sure That's consistent. That's great. I love that. Hey, so what have been some of I think we probably heard one of the challenges is that there was the downturn in the market. But is there any other challenges, or what's been some of the lows or the highs that you've done over the last 19 years had to deal with?
I think the different markets you're in play a part with it. And I would say moving to the Gallatin area has been very good. And being a member of the Gallatin Chamber has worked out very well as well. Everyone that's a member of the chamber on the staff for the chamber has been phenomenal, and everyone that I've met through the chamber has been phenomenal as well. And it comes off as a very tight knit community to me, and everyone wants to help everyone. So I would say I have found it beneficial in that area.
Oh, that's great. I love that. I love that. Yeah, it's funny. The Gallatin area is this, and I think you hit it, tight knit, close knit community where everyone wants to help everybody. And it's an interesting thing because I almost feel like that got lost. We're both from the Chicagoland area, and I feel like that didn't happen up there. No matter what town you were in, it just everything Chicago just kind of bled into everything. Versus where we're at here, it's that small town feel, and it's a lot more fun to actually be here. So what's one of the biggest challenges that you're dealing with as we sit here today?
Biggest challenges is just keeping in touch with clients and prospects, making sure follow through, and probably that's the hardest part of it. I'm the type of person that if you ask me to do something, I make sure I find out what the deadline is and make sure that I can put it in your hands and make sure I meet all your deadlines and everything that you're looking for. So that's extremely important to me, to make sure that I don't let things fall through the cracks on projects that I'm working on. So if I haven't heard from a client in a while, I'm making the assumption that they don't need something at the time.
Got it.
I'm not necessarily good at just calling and say, hey, I'm checking in to see if there's anything I can do for you.
Sure. Well, I love that because, to me, that's that extra care that you give that places like Vistaprint or the other online printers don't give, right? That you're making sure that, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And I just think that's really great. So you've moved to Gallatin. How long have you been here now?
July will be 2 years.
2 years. Okay, great. And obviously, it sounds like the community has welcomed you and you're doing well within the community. What's your goal, in the next couple of years for ProformaPSP? Where do you want to be?
Just working on growing sales. Would like to bring on, I've got a few salespeople right now, but I'd like to bring on a few more salespeople. Always looking for people that are good connectors and enjoy getting out and meeting other people and like being able to work from home or work from wherever they're at, really.
Great. Love it. Love it. Hey, Marc, thanks so much for being here today and sharing your story. Second generation printer is kind of a unique situation. I don't think there's probably too many of those anymore. So congratulations on that. I'm excited for you for that. To all our listeners out there, thank you guys for always just watching us and being here and supporting us. We appreciate that. We're at the Executive Brand Growth Studios, by the way, and we're excited that they're able to support us through this process. As always, John and DJ are just amazing. So thank you guys for that. Until the next time, stay safe and be healthy.